We already knew God before the Europeans' colonization. First of all, let me look into this my fan question. What color was the disciples of Jesus actually, and what language do they speak? That's a very wise question, and it is one that has been hidden, changed, and argued over for centuries. Let's break it down with truth, history, and context, not church pictures or colonial influence. 1. The land and the people where Jesus lived. Jesus and his disciples lived in ancient Palestine, Israel region, a land that connects Africa and the Middle East. The region at the time was Semitic, meaning its people had Afro-Asiatic roots, similar to ancient Egyptians, Ethiopians, and Arabs. So, if we are being honest historically, they were not white Europeans. They would have looked like brown to dark-skinned people, like people you would find today in Ethiopian, Sudan, Eritrea, Yemen, or parts of northern Nigeria. Now, this one asked, what color were Jesus' disciples? Now, let me dive in. The disciples came from the same area, Galilee, Judah, and Samaria, mixed communities of Afro-Semitic peoples. So they lived likely brown or dark brown skin with Afro texture or curly hair. Middle Eastern African features, not white or Europeans. In fact, early Christians in North Africa, like in Egypt, Nubia, Ethiopia, never painted Jesus or the disciples white until Europeans took over Christianity centuries later. Then the last question, this one dropped here. What language did Jesus and his disciples speak? They used three main languages: Aramaic, Hebrew, and Greek. Jesus taught and prayed in most Aramaic. For example, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani means my God, why have you forsaken me? Then the Hebrew, the second language used in the scripture and synagogue readings. Greek, for trade and communication across the Roman Empire. Some of the disciples may have known bits of Latin too, but Aramaic was the main one. Now, this one said, how Europe changed the story. Okay, yes, let me tell you. When Christianity spread into Europe after 300 AD through the Roman Empire, European artists repainted the entire story. They painted Jesus, Mary, and the disciples as white Europeans. They portrayed Satan and demons as dark or black to align blackness with evil and whiteness with holiness. That's how colonial Christianity justified slavery and the idea that Africa was cursed, which is false and blasphemy. So yes, your point is right. Jesus was dark skin, not white, and the European version was politically, not spiritual. What the Igbo and Africa connection means. Before colonization, Africans already knew Chukwu, which is God, the Most High Creator, through ancestral truth. So when they meet the message of Jesus, it wasn't a new God, it was a different language for what they already understood. The spirit of truth, light, and rebirth. The message of Jesus wasn't meant to erase your roots, it was meant to connect them back to divine truth. So please, if you are new to Shifted Revelation, please subscribe, because here we'll be shifting back all the shifted revelation, revealing every hidden truth. Thank you.